Welcome to our YouTube channel, where we explore some of the most thought-provoking conversations on the Joe Rogan Experience. Today, we're diving into a conversation that touched on a range of topics, from music and art to politics and spirituality. We're talking about Joe Rogan's podcast with the multi-talented Miley Cyrus. In this episode, Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus discuss her journey as an artist, the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, her political views, spirituality, and the pressures of fame. So let's take a deep dive into the conversation between Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus's experience and evolution as an artist. Joe Rogan started the conversation by asking Miley about her experience and evolution as an artist. Miley talked about how she grew up in the public eye and that her life was always in the limelight. She discussed how her journey as an artist has been about finding herself and her voice. Miley's recent album, Plastic Hearts, is a reflection of her authentic self, and she talks about how it was a liberating experience for her to create it. Joe Rogan and Miley discussed the importance of authenticity in art and how it can connect with people on a deeper level. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus also talked about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on society and the entertainment industry. Miley talked about the challenges of performing live shows during the pandemic and how it has affected the mental health of artists and fans. She discussed how the pandemic has made her appreciate the things that she took for granted before and how it has forced her to take a step back and reflect on her life. Joe Rogan and Miley discussed the importance of mental health and the need to take care of yourself during difficult times. Cyrus's views on politics and social justice. Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus discussed her political views and her advocacy for social justice. Miley talked about her support for the Black Lives Matter movement and the importance of using her platform to raise awareness about social and political issues. She also discussed her advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights and gender equality. Joe Rogan and Miley discussed the challenges of using social media to spread awareness and the responsibility that comes with having a large following. They talked about how social media can be a powerful tool for activism, but also a double-edged sword. The role of spirituality in psychedelics. Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus also talked about the role of spirituality and psychedelics in her life and creative process. Miley discussed her experiences with ayahuasca and other plant medicines and how they have helped her connect with herself and the world around her. She talked about how these experiences have given her a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of everything in the universe. Joe Rogan and Miley discussed the therapeutic benefits of psychedelics and the importance of doing them in a safe and controlled environment. They also talked about how these experiences can help people break free from limiting beliefs and see the world in a new light. The importance of authenticity and vulnerability. Joe Rogan and Miley Cyrus also discussed the pressure of public scrutiny and fame. Miley talked about how she has had to deal with criticism and judgment throughout her career and the importance of being true to yourself. She discussed how she had to break free from the Disney image she was associated with for many years and how she had to find her own identity. Miley also talked about the importance of vulnerability in art and personal relationships. She discussed how vulnerability can help people connect with each other on a deeper level and how it can inspire others to be more open and honest. Joe Rogan and Miley discussed the challenges of being vulnerable in the public eye and the need for self-care and mental health support. They talked about how the pressures of fame can affect mental health and how important it is to take breaks and prioritize your well-being. Miley also discussed her experiences with therapy and how it has helped her deal with anxiety and depression. She talked about how therapy has helped her become a better person and how it has improved her relationships. Joe Rogan and Miley also talked about the importance of community and support systems. Miley discussed her experiences with addiction and how her family and friends have been there for her through difficult times. She talked about how important it is to have a support system and how it can make a big difference in someone's life. And there you have it, folks. Joe Rogan's podcast with Miley Cyrus was a fascinating conversation that covered a range of topics, from music and art to politics and spirituality. Miley's openness and honesty made this podcast a must-watch for anyone interested in personal growth, self-improvement, and social justice. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. Thank you for watching.